Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia, and today we're going to be talking about 10 of the hardest words to pronounce according to you guys. So we collected some information from you on Facebook. Thanks very much for sending in your ideas. And these were the top 10 most difficult words for you to pronounce. So let's get started. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely might be tough to pronounce. Absolutely means 100%. Absolutely is an agreement phrase. Are you going to that music event next week? Absolutely. Yes, 100%, definitely. Absolutely. Lute, like a lute. L-U-T-E. Begrime. Begrime apparently means dirty. I have never heard nor used this word before, but perhaps it's difficult to pronounce. Begrime. The door to my apartment was begrimed in the storm last week. Breakfast. The next word is breakfast. Breakfast is hard to pronounce, but that is the meaning of breakfast. You're breaking the fast. So a fast is a period of time without eating, and to break means well, in this case, breaking something. It doesn't refer to like crushing a thing, but stopping something. To break the fast of the night, in other words. So you're fasting during the night, you're not eating, so you wake up in the morning, you break the fast. But we don't say break fast, we say breakfast. In a sentence, this morning for breakfast, I ate a bowl of cereal with grapes, and I had a coffee too. Colleague. Colleague, yes, colleague. Many of my students struggle with this. They say colleague, or they say colleague or something, because the spelling of this word is really, really strange. There's that G-U-E at the end. Or more commonly, I feel, it's just coworker. Colleague sounds slightly more formal to me than coworker. Somebody who you work with, or somebody who you have a business relationship with in some sense. Could be a person from another company, could be somebody from your own company. Anyone who you do business dealings with is your colleague, can be your colleague. In a sentence, I'm going to a networking event with my colleagues next week. Miscellaneous. That M-I-S-C, miscellaneous. It's just the spelling, I think, maybe is confusing for this word, miscellaneous. Miscellaneous just means other stuff, or just other uncategorized stuff. I keep a lot of miscellaneous items in a drawer in my house. Maybe they don't really fit into one category, like it's not kitchen things, it's not clothing. It's just sort of a mixture of things, miscellaneous things. Negotiation. The next word is negotiation. Negotiation, yeah, there are two T's in this, but neither T is a hard T. They're both very soft, that sh sound, because they're followed by the I and another vowel, the she, a negotiation. Negotiation refers to a compromise between two people. You're trying to make a decision and you negotiate. In this case, that's the noun form, negotiation. Business negotiations continued for more than a month with this important deal. Realm. Realm, I see why this one's hard. It's that realm part, the realm. It's a weird word, isn't it? It's used to talk about just like the kind of a fantasy world is sort of the nuance of this phrase, the realm. In a sentence, let us go to the realm where the elves live and eat their bread. Unfortunately. The next word is unfortunately. 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 It just means too bad. You can use this to start bad news, for example, like unfortunately I can't come to work today because I'm sick, or unfortunately I broke my arm at the basketball game last week, or unfortunately my haircut is bad. Vocabulary. 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 Vocabulary just refers to the words in a language. My vocabulary in my second language is really, really low. I need a bigger vocabulary so that I can express myself more clearly. World. World. Ah, I see why this one's hard. World, world, hard to pronounce. That R-L-D, I think, together is tough. Plus that W at the beginning as well. It's such a short word, but you have to say so many weird things at the same time. World. Your tongue is going blah, blah, like this. In a sentence, I have traveled all over the world, and the best food is in my stomach. That's the end. So those were 10 hard to pronounce words. Give them a try slowly at first and just kind of try to work up to saying it at a more natural speed, if you like. Thank you so much for sharing your opinions with us on Facebook. And please make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of this fun information. So thanks again for watching today, and we'll see you again next time. Bye! You don't need new shoes, you need new feet. Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to be talking about some English tongue twisters. I'm joined again by...
Michael. Hey everybody.
So today we're going to be talking about some things in English that are difficult to say. That might be difficult for you, and they're probably going to be difficult for us to explain. So let's get right into it. Michael, what is your first tongue twister?
My first tongue twister is, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? One more time, a little bit faster. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Excellent. And there is a traditional response to this one. You're familiar with the response?
So once you tell me, I don't know.
It's a question, right? It ends in a question. There's a question mark on your card. And the traditional response is, it would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Ah.
Yeah. I have it on one of my cards, actually, I think, too. This was totally unplanned, I would like to point out. Yeah, here it is. It would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. So you can use this with your friends if you want.
All right, let's do it real quick. Ready?
Okay.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
It would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Ah.
Hey. All right, there's one down. Okay, let's see. We've talked about that one already, so I guess I'll go with another classic one that I've known since I was little. This one uses the P sound a lot. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Lots of P sounds in this one. Can you speed it up for us?
Well, I don't know if I can say it in the first place. Peter Piper picked a... Jimanamanama. Jiminiminimanamanama.
Have you not heard this one before?
I have it. Okay. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Hold on, one more time. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. For me, it helps if you snap. Okay. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack... Oh my God, I can't do it.
Maybe
okay.
it's better if you don't read it.
Those are... Peter... No, I can't do it.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. That wasn't very good. I wasn't perfect.
One more time.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Three more times.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a... Oh, dude, I can't do it. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. There we go. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of Oh, man, that's tough. The P's, man. I can't do the P's. Oh, wow.
P's can't do you either. Okay. Go to your next one. What's your next one?
Now my brain is frazzled now. Okay, I just like this one. I've actually never heard this before, but I like it because there's a lot of THs in it. And a lot of foreign people who are learning English, let me say that, a lot of non-native English speakers have trouble with TH. That's been true for a lot of my students, regardless of where they're from, what their native language is. So, the 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday.
Wow, I've never seen this one.
Yeah, me either. But I just thought it was good because remember, TH. So, the 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. Want to give it a try?
Yeah, I'm going to try. The 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. That's a good one. That's a really good one for TH sounds, I think. I think the consonant sounds, like the hard consonant sounds, like the P sound, or maybe even the W sound a little bit. Like it's easy to say that quickly, but this one's really tough to say quickly, I think, and clearly. The 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne. Just doesn't come out as smoothly, maybe.
Spitting a lot, maybe that's...
Maybe so. Okay, I guess I'll go to my next one. I really have no faith that I'm going to be able to say this at all. This is like the hardest thing that I think I was able to find. I'm going to have to read it slowly. The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick.
Yeah.
The sixth six... Oh.
I know, like the second word, you can't even say it. It's really hard.
One more time, all right. The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick. The sixth... Oh.
That was good, that was good. That was way better than I thought I was going to do.
Yeah, we'll just leave it on that one. I did it once.
The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick. That's really hard. It's really... I don't think I can say it any faster than that.
The sixth sick sheik's sixth... Oh. Oh. I can't. I'm at a loss of words. I'm speechless. I can't. Okay, one more time.
Okay.
Ready? The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick. The sixth sick. Oh, more than once is too tough.
You got it out the one time. That was solid.
That's all
that was solid.
I give up. I give up.
Okay, good. Okay, what's your next one?
My next one is the soldier's shoulder surely hurts. Another one I've actually never heard. But I liked it because everyone knows Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. The S and the SH is confusing. And many times in English, Like Shirley, there's no sh, but it makes that sh sound, so it's a fun one.
Yeah.
The soldier's shoulder surely hurts. The soldier's shoulder surely hurts. Want to give it a try?
The soldier's shoulder surely hurts. This is the tough part here for me anyway, is the soldier's shoulder, making that sound really clearly as that. The soldier's shoulder surely hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make it sound so easy. Wow, professional.
Not really. Okay, on to the last one. This one is really short, actually. It's only 2 words, but it's tricky. It's really tricky. I can't say this fast. Irish wristwatch. Okay, Irish by itself is fine. Wristwatch is fine. But together, they're really hard to say. Irish wristwatch.
What?
I can't say it. Irish wristwatch. It's really hard.
Irish wristwatch.
Yeah.
That's very slow. Okay, Irish. Oh wow.
It's really hard.
It doesn't. It seems easier than it is. When you
Yeah.
were saying it, I thought, come on. Okay, Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish
Oh,
wristwatch.
well-
Irish wristwatch.
Nice.
There we go. Okay.
Irish wrist. I can't say this one. Irish wrist. I can't try it. This one's hard. This one's really hard for me. But yeah, only 2 words. It's just that combination of the sh and the r. That's just. I can't. I got nothing on that one. All right. Do you have any more?
No, I think that's it.
Oh, wow. That was a good one. That was really tough. That was really tough. Okay, well, give them a try. Please give them a try. And if you have any tongue twisters, preferably in English, please share them with us in the comments. They're great ways to practice your pronunciation, and you can impress your friends if you can do them quickly. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Top essay. Oh, hi. Sorry, I forgot to say hi again. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Weekly Words. This week, the topic is going to be SAT words, words that students who are studying for the SAT. The SAT is a kind of college preparatory test, or a test that students take usually to apply for colleges. The words are typically fairly challenging for high school students, and these are some of the words that might cause trouble for some people. So let's begin. The first word is assiduous. Assiduous is a word that means somebody who is persistent, or who is always trying to do their best to work really, really hard. You might have a coworker who is assiduous. I suppose you could also use it if you're just describing anything that's hardworking, like ants, for example. You might say ants are very assiduous creatures. They work hard. They can lift more than their own body weight. Okay. That's pretty good. Next, intuitive. Intuitive. Someone who is intuitive is someone who has a good instinct, or they're able to sense what the right thing is to do without, having to be taught what the right thing is. So let's say maybe you're going surfing for the first time, and it comes to you really, really easily after just your first couple tries. Your friends might say like, wow, you're really intuitive. You know how to do this without, having to take a lesson or anything. Great job. A good trait to be intuitive. Precocious. Precocious is another, usually a positive word. Precocious is usually used for children who are kind of strangely talented at something, even when they're very, very little. So maybe you've seen on YouTube a kid who can play the piano extremely well, even though he or she is 5 years old. We might say, he's precocious, or she's a precocious child. She can do so much, but she's so young. It's usually a very impressive thing that the kids are able to do. All right, the next one is evanescent. 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 Evanescent is another adjective, which means something that fades away rather quickly, or something that's very short-lived. Oh, to be very romantic about it, you might say, the scent of her perfume was very evanescent. You could smell it for a brief moment, and then it faded away. Yeah, ooh, that was kind of nice. The next word is anecdote. An anecdote is usually some kind of a short, funny story that's a retelling of an event that happened to you. It might be a written story or a spoken story. Oh, want to hear an anecdote about my last trip to Bali? It was hilarious. I don't know that I would ever say that, though. It's not something you'd use so much in casual conversation. I feel like a critic might write this word about someone else's writing. The anecdotes she chooses to include in her writing are very humorous, for example. Okay, well, we've learned a few SAT words that students might have trouble with when they're studying for the test in their high school years. I hope that you find some of these words useful and can use them in your daily life as well. Thanks for joining us this week, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye. Okay, welcome back to Weekly Words. Weekly Words. I'm Alicia, and today we're going to talk about words that make you sound smart. Oh, I'm all over this one. First word is esoteric. When something is esoteric, it's... All right, so the word esoteric refers to something that requires specialized knowledge. So in a conversation, somebody might use this word to say, sorry to be esoteric, and then they'll continue talking about some subject or some concept that requires a certain level of knowledge in a given field. Next word, superfluous. Superfluous just means extra, really. Can a person be superfluous? So superfluous, yeah, just refers to stuff that's maybe not necessary, or the extra just stuff or extra things in a given context. So maybe, like, oh, I have so much superfluous stuff in my kitchen. Of course, using superfluous in such a casual way like that is very unnatural, but you could do it if you really wanted to sound smart. Acquiesce. Acquiesce means to... like you might have, can I say a line from Pirates of the Caribbean? Something like, he will not acquiesce to your request, or she will not acquiesce to your request. It just means she won't obey or listen or do as told. But it's the same exact meaning, to acquiesce, to accept something, to go along with. Angst. Angst refers to just kind of this, like that unhappy feeling, this sort of angry or maybe melancholy, or just feeling like, you're misunderstood. So a teenager, or I suppose a teenager themselves might not use this word, but the parents of the teenager might say, oh, my teenager is so filled with angst. Kitsch. Kitsch refers to, in my mind anyway, just junk, honestly. It's the little things that, might crowd your house, like a snow globe or special little ornaments, or just, decorative knickknacks. You might say, oh, my aunt's apartment is really kitschy. It means she has maybe like a lot of knickknacks, or the style is just kind of... All right, that is the end. So those were a few words to make you sound smart. I hope that you learned something. I certainly did, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you. Bye. All right, welcome back to Weekly Words. I'm Alicia, and this week we're going to talk about commonly mispronounced, wow. This week we're going to talk about commonly mispronounced words, words that are often pronounced incorrectly. This is funny. I enjoy mispronouncing this first word. The first word is hyperbole. Hyperbole. It's not hyperbole, though it does sound very funny to say that. Hyperbole just means to exaggerate something, or to blow something up, make it really extreme. My friend uses a lot of hyperbole when she talks about her life stories. I really don't think some of those things happened to her. Hyperbole, not hyperbole. Next, Antarctic. I see. Antarctic is the correct pronunciation of this word. Some people say Antarctic? Really? Oh, I guess when you're saying this word quickly, you might leave out that first C in the Antarctic. So don't say that. Don't do that. Say Antarctic. The very, very cold region. The Arctic is the north cold region on the planet Earth. The south is the Antarctic. There's sort of like almost a hiccup in the word there, Antarctic. Oh, in a sentence, I'm thinking about taking a cruise to the Antarctic. What do you think I need? A penguin suit. Etc. Not etc. Oh, yeah, okay. I hear this ek thing a lot. Etc. is just used at the end of a list to imply that you mean other things. So the list is not exclusive to the things that you've listed. Other things can also be included in it. So in a sample sentence, types of fruits are apples, oranges, peaches, etc. There are others as well. So don't say etc. That's not correct. Etc. is good. The next word is jewelry. What? Not mayonnaise? The next word is jewelry. Jewelry. I think I'm probably guilty of this mispronunciation. I can't say that word. Mispronunciation. Where the word kind of gets a little bit smushed together and we say jewelry instead. We miss that second E sound in there. It should be jewelry. In a sample sentence, maybe you would say, I'm shopping for some jewelry for my mother for her birthday. Jewelry. We're too lazy. Prescription. Not prescription. Okay, a prescription is something that a doctor gives you. When you're sick and you require medicine, the doctor will write you a prescription. Some people might say prescription. Wow, okay. I didn't even notice, and I was doing it while I was telling you guys not to do it. That's embarrassing. Prescription. A doctor writes you a prescription, not a prescription. When you go to the doctor's office, the doctor might say, "Here is your prescription." End. All right. Well, we've learned that I apparently can't pronounce some words the way that they're meant to be pronounced. So please work on your pronunciation. I will work on my pronunciation too. Thank you for joining us on Weekly Words this week. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Welcome back to Weekly Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about words with weird silent letters. I like the title of this one. Let's get started. The first word is pterodactyl. Pterodactyl is a dinosaur. This was a flying dinosaur from the late Jurassic period. I totally knew that on my own. Pterodactyl begins with a P, but we don't say the P. It just starts with a T sound. In a sentence, you might say, "The pterodactyl is my favorite dinosaur." The next word is mortgage. My students messed up this word mortgage like last week in class. Mortgage has a T in it, but we don't say the T. It sounds like mortgage, like there's no T at all. A mortgage is the payment that you make on your house every month if you've had to take a loan from a bank. In a sentence, my mortgage payments are very reasonable, I hope. The next word is aisle. Aisle is a weird word. So yes, there's an S in the word aisle, but it is not pronounced islay, it's pronounced aisle. Aisle, with an A in front, is the space between rows of seats on an airplane, for example, or the space between shelves in a supermarket. Any sort of pathway is an aisle. In a sentence, please keep your feet out of the aisle on the airplane because the cart might bump you. The next word is faux. Faux has an X at the end when it's spelled on paper, but we do not say folks. Folks? We don't say that. We say faux. Faux means fake. Faux means something that's not real. Very commonly, you'll hear this in terms of faux fur, as in, I prefer to wear faux fur because I don't believe that we should kill animals. All right, the next word is asthma. We were just talking about how I have asthma. Asthma is spelled very weirdly. There's a TH in there, but we do not say the TH. It sounds like ASMA, asthma. Asthma is a respiratory condition. You might have asthma. It's very common, where it might be difficult for you to breathe sometimes. You need to take medicine. In a sentence, I carry my inhaler everywhere because I have asthma. And that's the end of words that have weird silent letters. So be careful when you come across these in writing because they sound a little bit different than the way they're spelled. Thanks again for watching Weekly Words this week. We will be back with more fun stuff next time. Take care. Bye. I don't know how to end this. Hi, I'm remembering to introduce the series this week. My name is Alicia. Welcome back to Weekly Words. This week we're going to talk about really long words that are actually used. Okay, this is going to be interesting, I think. Let's start. The first word is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is an 8th grade American science school word. It's an 8th grade science word. This refers to the process that plants use to convert sunlight to oxygen. The process of photosynthesis is vitally important to the survival of humans. Right? The next word is imperturbable. Imperturbable means someone who can't really get upset or excited. Like it's hard to change the emotions of a person. So you might say, I have a friend who is imperturbable. No matter what we do or what we say, he doesn't get angry with us. Onward. The next is counterintuitive. Counterintuitive is a good word, which means it's the opposite of common sense. So we talked about the word intuitive in a previous episode of Weekly Words, where intuitive means able to sense something or able to do something correctly without having to know much about it. Counterintuitive, however, on the other hand, means not intuitive, or it seems like something that just doesn't make much sense. It's not a common sense thing. So maybe, let's see, something that doesn't seem to make very much sense to you. Maybe on your office building, for example, you have to first push the door and then pull it in order to open it. You might say, the way the doors work in this building is very counterintuitive. It doesn't make much sense. The next word is presumptuously. Presumptuously means failing to observe the limits of what is permitted or appropriate. Oh, this is a tough one to use in a sentence. So anytime somebody does something that's just beyond the limits of what is considered normal in your culture, you can say that they're being presumptuous or they're acting presumptuously. So if, for example, a salesman comes to your door for some reason, but they enter the house and sit down on your sofa, you might say, the salesman presumptuously entered my house and sat down on my sofa. I couldn't believe it. What? Sphygmomanometer? Sphygmomanometer. An instrument for measuring blood pressure. This is a new one for me too. Sphygmomanometer is this word. Isn't this called really long words that are actually used? I have only been familiar with this word in terms of the blood pressure cuff. When you go to the doctor and they need to check your blood pressure, they'll put this thing, this sphygmomanometer, on your arm, usually, and then they'll kind of pump it up and check your blood pressure. So it's a very technical word. The doctor might say to a nurse or to another doctor, can you please get me the sphygmomanometer? We need to check this patient's blood pressure. Wow, okay, I learned a new word today. And those are all the long words that are actually used sometimes. Give them a try. Work on your pronunciation for these. They're kind of interesting ones, I think. Thanks again for joining us for Weekly Words. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Sphygmomanometer. Welcome back to Weekly Words. My name is Alicia, and this week we are going to talk about words that end with X. First is equinox. There are 2 equinoxes per year. There is a fall equinox and a spring equinox, and it's the days where the daytime and the nighttime are of equal length. In a sentence, you having a party for the equinox this year? Today is the spring equinox. Did you know that? Okay, anyway, onward. Next is jinx. We can use this as a noun or as a verb. A jinx is something, it's a curse really, something that brings somebody bad luck. In North America, maybe in your country as well, when kids say something at exactly the same time, in exactly the same words, one or both of them will often yell, jinx, and then they'll sometimes say, you can't talk until I say your name. To jinx can also be used as a verb, to curse somebody. The witch jinxed me, and now I am a werewolf. I don't know, the more you know. Okay. Fox. Fox is another word. Great, fox. Fox is a mammal, usually a reddish-brown color, lives in forests. In some cultures it's associated with trickery. It has a big bushy tail, often very cute, has a red belly sometimes. Fox facts. Fox, in a sentence, my favorite animal is the fox. What does a fox say? Climax is common in movies or in books. It's whatever the most intense scene in the movie is, or the most intense scene in the book is. Something where everything comes to a peak and it's has the most action or the most drama in the movie, whatever. The most intense point of something is the climax. In a sentence, the climax of the movie was the most exciting part. What movie is the best climax that I remember? Obviously Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it was the last one, The Return of the King. This is like that scene where Legolas rides the elephant, you know? Pew, pew. Wax. Life's most important substance. Wax. I'm imagining surfboards. Surfers will put it on a surfboard to help their board glide through water. You can put it on your car to make your car look a lot shinier. There's also earwax, a little bit gross. It's the kind of, I don't even know, gross stuff that gets inside your ears if you don't clean them well enough. Wax, yeah. In a sentence, wax your car to make it shiny. And that's the end of words that end with X. Give them a try. They're interesting. Thanks very much for joining us this week. We will see you again soon for more fun stuff. Bye. Excellent. We learned something. Hi, and welcome back to Weekly Words. I'm Alicia, and I don't know what I'm going to talk to you about yet, but let's start. Today's topic is words that vary by region. Creek. I say creek. You might hear the word crick. Crick. And the word creek means a small river, essentially. There's a creek in my backyard, for example. Sure. The next word is coyote. I say coyote. How do other people say this word? Coyote. Oh, yeah, coyote. I don't say that. A coyote is kind of a dog-like animal. It's a wild animal, about the size of a dog, but they howl at night. We have them in Oregon, where I'm from. I definitely heard them at my house. Last night I heard the coyotes out in my pasture. Okay, the next word is route. R-O-U-T-E. Route is how I say it. You might also hear the word pronounced route Route, R-O-U-T-E, means the way through a city or a town, or some kind of path, in other words. R-O-O-T, which this word sounds like, is the system that's at the bottom of a plant that a plant uses to get nutrients, you know, with the little hairy fibers. I am so good at explaining plant biology. Oh, I know a good route to get from school to the park later. Let's take that on our bicycles. That was oddly specific. The next word is apricot, or you might hear apricot as well. It's a fruit. So you might say, hey, did you bring any apricots to the picket? Picket? To the picket. Apricots, no apricots. Picket, on the other hand, is a word that means protest. There's a freebie in there. For example, you might say, hey, I really liked those apricots you brought me the other day. They were delicious. Okay, the next word is caramel. I think I say caramel. Oh, this is making me doubt myself. There's caramel and there's caramel. They both refer to a sugary, sweet substance that's often a type of candy or often inside a type of candy. It's really, really delicious. So you might say, oh, my favorite kind of candy is caramel, or my favorite kind of candy is caramel. Just depends on where you're from. Apparently in the East Coast, they say caramel. On the West Coast, it seems we say caramel. That sounds about right to me. You can choose. End. Hooray! What was this one called? This has been Words That Vary by Region. You can choose which region you're from, perhaps, but it's probably best for you to be consistent when you're speaking so that you don't confuse the person listening to you. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.